Hi everybody, it's Mackenzie. I am here for my 11-week pregnancy vlog. Yay, didn't skip a week. Just to let you know how everything's going, I guess, I'm doing pretty good. I haven't been throwing up anymore. I'm feeling alright for the most part. There are some days though that I wake up and I just feel sick. And there's not really anything necessarily that I can explain what I mean by that. I don't want to get out of bed, and I just feel like if I do, I'm gonna pass out or throw up or die. Okay, probably not die, but I have some really bad days, and yesterday was one of them where I was doing okay in the morning, and then out of nowhere I just felt like I was going to fall over, and so I tried to take a nap, and of course my daughter wouldn't let me do that. So, you know, it's a cycle, and of course my husband doesn't quite understand what it means, and he wasn't here for my last pregnancy really, so he doesn't really have any idea what it is to go through a pregnancy with me or with anybody. And he's pretty understanding. I mean, he tries to be nice and be supportive, but the fact is that he doesn't get it, and he sometimes thinks I'm just being a pain in his butt or whatever. So anyways, for 11 weeks, it says online on the sites that I use that my baby is about 1.5 inches long and the size of a fig, and that he or she has been moving for a little while and kicking and stretching and is almost fully formed. So I mean, like, most of the body parts are there that need to be there. It's just getting bigger and more developed, obviously, through the next 6.5 to 7 months. So anyways, and then from my understanding, the end of the first trimester is something that is debatable. Some people say the start of your 12th week, which would be 1 week from now, I would be in the second trimester. Some people say the start of the 13th week, but what I've always been told and heard, and what I go by, is the start of the 14th week. So that would mean I still have 3 weeks before I'm out of the first trimester. Now, most women that have morning sickness and stuff are feeling better by around week 12, but technically you're not out of the first trimester until 14 weeks, and that's just the way it is. So 14 weeks would equal end of the first trimester. Oh my goodness, I'm exhausted. Anyways, as for other things going on and with the pregnancy and stuff, I have gained about 1.5 pounds total so far, which I'm okay with it, but at the same time it kind of stinks because with Evelyn I didn't gain until about 16 weeks. But at the same time my due date was off with Evelyn, so I do think that I was more like 14.5 weeks when I started gaining. But still, I'm only 11 weeks right now and I've gained like 1.5 pounds. But I did start off smaller, so I still weigh right now over 8 pounds less than I did at 16 weeks with Evelyn. So, I mean, or pre-pregnancy really. So that's not too bad. Ugh. I'm so tired. Anyways, so my goal was to to stay under a certain number, which I don't like to share what I weigh. But to stay under a certain number through the first trimester, and that would have allowed me to gain 3.5 pounds in the first trimester. So I've gained 1.5, and I still have 3 weeks, so that would mean I could gain 2 pounds in the next 3 weeks, which I'm hoping that I don't. But that was like my max, like my goal, not to hit that number, and I think that I can do it. But I have been very bad with my eating lately because we went to Springfield on the vacation like I told you guys about, and then this last week my brother and sister-in-law, which is Steven's brother and his wife and their 2 children, which are our nieces, came, and they just don't eat the same as us. And she actually had a gastric bypass, so like she can't have sugar and stuff, so that's good. So we tried to, you know, work around that. But they also, like, we don't eat a lot of meat, and or if any, because we don't want to do that. And eventually we want to work towards being vegan, but it's a process, and it's not something I'm going to push really hard while pregnant. But they, like, she has to have so much protein, they have to have a lot of meat or something, and like, we're not big bean fans or peanut butter or anything like that, so we did the meat thing, and that kind of got me. And then we were eating out more than we usually do. Usually we only eat out once a week, and that's it, and we probably ate out 3 times just in the time that we're here. And then we've been eating out because we need to go grocery shopping. It's just not good, so we have got to get on the ball with that. But still, even with doing all of that, like, I'm pretty proud of myself. I feel like I'm where I should be, and we are going to the area that his family is staying again at the end of this month to see them, and they're having an early birthday party for my niece, because she'll be 2 in August, but they're going to have it at the end of this month since they're in town and they live like thousands of miles away otherwise. So we're going to go to that, and while we're there, we are hopefully going to be looking at a couple houses to possibly buy. So wish us luck on that, because we are really wanting to not have to rent again when we move from here, and to just be able to buy a house and move straight into that house when we move, and not have to move again for 15, 20, 30, 50 years, something like that. So just depending, and it would be really, really good if it worked out. But it would also be good if we didn't have to close on the house until like October or so. But we'll just have to see. Anyways, that's really about it as far as pregnancy goes. I mean, there's like, it's just so early and there's so not anything to tell. And I actually, for the belly pictures, I'm not taking a lot of them, because it's just kind of hard for me to remember. And then also, I just feel like taking one every week, just like not a whole lot changes, which I might regret it later, but that's just how I feel. So I took one at 4, I took one at 10, I'll probably take one at 16 weeks, and then 20 and 24 and 28, and then after that I'll probably do it every 2 weeks, so like 30, 32, 34, 36, and then I'll probably do every week after that once I get like really big, like full term, like 37, 38, 39, 40, 41 maybe weeks along. So that's why you're not seeing the belly pictures as much, because I haven't been taking them. So the next one won't be until probably 16 weeks. And we have not decided yet if we are going to find out the gender. I mean, we are going to find out the gender, but we haven't decided yet if we're going to wait for our doctor this time, which will be, I'm assuming, around 20 weeks, but I still don't know because I haven't had my prenatal appointment yet. Or if while I'm in Springfield next, I'm going to get another elective ultrasound and find out then. Because with Evelyn, I found out then, and my doctor didn't do my ultrasound to find out until I was 23 weeks along. And that is just crazy. Like, I can't believe. I'm so glad I got the elective ultrasound, because that's almost 2 months longer I would have waited otherwise. So we might find out early now, or we might not, because we do have a lot of this stuff, so it's not a big deal. But just the fact in my mind, like, if I know that I could find out and I don't, oh, that is so hard. I have no control over stuff like that, and I really want to know so that I can plan, even though I'll still have 5 months, probably 4 or 5 months to plan. Even if I wait, it's still crazy to me. I still want to know. So we'll see about that. And I'm guessing, like I said, my first gut feeling right off the bat was that I'm having a boy, but I would really, really, really like to have another girl. And of course my husband wants to have a boy, because there's no boys in the family. But I'll be happy with either. We'll just have to see what happens. So who knows? We still have plenty of time on that one, and we still have plenty of time on that one, and we'll just have to see how things go. So on Monday, I have my first prenatal appointment, but it's just with the nurses. I won't actually see the OB. So I will, on my next update, I will let you guys know how that goes. And then the week after that, so almost 2 weeks from now, I'll have the appointment with the OB. And we will let you guys know how it goes on that. And until then, we will talk to you later. And that's it for the update. Bye.